Lucas had always known he was different. From a young age, he felt he didn't fit into society's traditional molds. Growing up in a small conservative town, he faced daily disdainful looks and malicious whispers. At school, bullying was constant, but Lucas tried to keep his head held high. He knew his journey would be arduous, but he also knew he wasn't alone. His parents, though traditional, were loving and always supportive, even if they didn't fully understand. At 15, Lucas began to explore more about his identity. He spent hours researching online, trying to find answers to the questions that haunted his mind. It was then that he discovered he was gay. The revelation brought a mix of relief and fear. Relief in finally understanding who he was, and fear of what it would mean for his life in a town where acceptance was rare. With a heavy heart, Lucas decided to tell his parents. On a rainy night, he mustered the courage and sat with them in the living room. "Mom, Dad, I need to talk to you," he began, his voice trembling. His parents exchanged worried glances. "I'm gay," he finally said, feeling a mixture of dread and relief. There was a profound silence before his mother embraced him, tears in her eyes. "We love you, Lucas, and we will always support you," she said. His father nodded, though visibly uncomfortable. "It's going to be tough, son, but we're here for you," he affirmed. Though his parents' support was a great relief, Lucas knew the toughest battle would be at school. He decided not to hide who he was any longer, and went to school the next day determined to be true to himself. The news spread quickly, and the bullying, which was already bad, got worse. Lucas became the constant target of cruel jokes and even physical aggression. He felt isolated and desperate, but found solace in a group of friends who were also facing their own struggles. Among his friends were Julia, a girl who had recently lost her mother, and Raphael, a young black man who faced daily racism. They bonded, finding strength in each other. Julia and Raphael became Lucas's biggest supporters, encouraging him to join an LGBTQ+ support group in the neighboring city. It was there that Lucas met a mentor, Miguel, an older man who had gone through similar experiences. Miguel became a guide and source of inspiration, helping Lucas find pride in his identity. With the support of his friends and Miguel, Lucas began to fight for acceptance at school. He organized talks about diversity and acceptance, bringing in members of the LGBTQ+ community to share their stories. Initially, resistance was strong, but gradually, he began to see changes. Some classmates, previously hostile, started to show respect, while others became allies. The journey was long and full of obstacles, but Lucas was determined. The major turning point came when Lucas decided to run for student council. Many thought he didn't stand a chance, but he used the opportunity to talk about inclusion, respect, and acceptance. His courage and authenticity touched many hearts. On election day, Lucas won by a surprising margin, demonstrating that despite prejudice, there was a growing wave of support and desire for change at school. Chapter 8. Internal Victory. But Lucas's greatest victory was internal. Through his journey, he learned to accept and be proud of who he was. He saw that, although the path was tough, acceptance started within. Over time, he transformed the hate and ignorance he faced into opportunities for education and growth, both for himself and others. In the end, Lucas not only found acceptance but also inspired many around him. His story of struggle and resilience became a beacon of hope for other LGBTQ+ youth in his community. He pursued his studies in psychology, determined to help others find the same support and acceptance he had. His parents, initially uncertain, became his biggest advocates, educating themselves about the LGBTQ+ community and advocating for equal rights. Lucas learned that acceptance is a delicate art, starting with accepting oneself and extending to embracing and respecting others. His journey was not easy, but through love, friendship, and determination, he transformed his life and the lives of those around him. The art of acceptance, he discovered, is a constantly evolving painting where each act of courage and compassion adds a new and beautiful color. Thus, Lucas continued to paint his life with the colors of courage, love, and acceptance, leaving a lasting legacy of inclusion and hope for future generations.